Good morning, everybody. It's Bob. Today we're going to talk about what it takes to come to the Philippines, as far as what they require and how the tourist visa works. So, when you buy your ticket, you're going to have to put in your passport information into the website for the airline. Your passport needs to have at least 6 months left on it. So if you plan on coming in July but your visa expires in December, they won't let you into the country. Now, once that's all said and done, you're getting ready and you're within 72 hours of arriving in the Philippines, not leaving for the Philippines, but arriving into the Philippines. You will need to fill out an e-travel form online. I will put the link in the description. It's free of charge, so if you find one and they want to charge you, it's a fake site. If you don't fill that out, they won't let you in the country, but you can quickly fill it out, and usually they'll take that. But you do have to fill one out. They do have a phone app too to do it. And once you fill it out, you had created an account, you can just keep using that same account, but you gotta keep acknowledging the questions. So, also, when you book a ticket, the Philippines need to see that you want to leave. So you need to purchase an onward ticket. So you can do one of two things. So it has to be within the first 30 days, you leaving the Philippines. Okay, I'll explain that in a minute. So the onward ticket has to be dated within those first 30 days. Once you decide on the date that you pick within that first 30 days, you can do one of two things. One, you can purchase a regular price ticket going out of the country. It doesn't have to be back to your home country. It just has to be out of the Philippines. Or two, you can go onto these onward ticket websites, pay anywhere between $10 and $20. They reserve a ticket for you, which works. They accept that. And then after anywhere between 24 and 48 hours, that ticket will just disappear. You just lose like whatever, 10 or 20 bucks. Even if you're planning on staying only 45 days and you have an exit ticket at the 45th day, they still want to see an exit ticket, an onward ticket, within that first 30 days. You have to have one. They will not let you in the country. A lot of the airlines that come across here pre-check that, so this way there's no hassle when you get there. But those onward ticket sites, they work. I use them. They're fine. They're perfectly legal. It just makes it easier. You don't have to worry about anything. No fuss, no muss. You're only out at the most 20 bucks, and you don't have to cancel anything. It automatically will just disappear after 24 to 48 hours of you purchasing it. So now you're in the Philippines, and you decide you want to stay longer past the 30 days. Now I'm speaking from an American's standpoint. And mind you, I'm not a lawyer either. This is just what I do when I come here. So you want to stay longer than the 30 days. So about 7 to 10 days before that 30 days is up, go to a local BI or even a travel agency that does this. Some travel agencies in cities actually will do this for you for a fee. You go down and you get a visa extension. And the first visa extension is 30 days. And that'll cost you, it really depends. I think I paid 4,000 pesos, I want to say, somewhere around in there. And then after that 30 days, you can renew every 60 days. And that costs around 3,800 pesos. Now, for that first 60 days extension, now you have to file for an ACRI tourist card. And that's an additional cost. For me, when I got my ACRI card, I was extending through a tourist place, a travel agency. and they took care of it for me. And I think it was like 8,000 pesos, or about $80 when they did it for me. And every time I renew it, I think, and I got to renew it now, it's around 2 or 3,000 extra pesos, if I'm correct here. And it takes about 3 weeks to get back, and it's good for about a year. So, but that's what you need to do as far as the touristing, and you can keep renewing it every 60 days up to 36 months. After the 36 months, you have to leave the country for 72 hours. And then when you come back, the whole process starts all over again. Now, you can leave the country within that first 36 months, but if you come back within 3 days, it doesn't change anything. It's just how they work it. They actually ask you on forms when you're leaving. If you stay past 6 months, you need to, and you want to leave, you have to fill out an exit form. And they need to take pictures and do a background check on you. And they do this because none of the computers here with law enforcement interact with customs. So they have to do their own separate background check on you to make sure there's no wants or warrants for you. Make sure you didn't break any laws or skip out on rent or any type of bills. They make sure that you can leave. Before 6 months, you don't need to do that. You don't need to get one of those forms. If you stay, I think it's a year or longer, not only do you got to fill out that exit form, but you have to pay what's called a tourist tax. And I've never had to pay one because I usually don't stay here longer than a year. But I believe you can pay that either when you get your plane ticket or at the airport, depending, I guess. But that's how they get you on the way out if you've been here a little bit longer than a year. So my advice to you is just stay 11 months, leave for a few days, and then come back. It avoids a whole lot of hassle. Or you can do that every 5 months. Go to Vietnam, go to Thailand, go to Cambodia, Japan, Australia, wherever, for a few days, 3 or 4 days, come back and everything starts over again. So yeah, that's how it works. And once you get into the groove, it's not too bad. It's not. Now, I personally recommend going to the BI, the Bureau of Immigration. The travel agency that I was going to was throwing away my receipts. Now, when you get your renewal, you're supposed to get a receipt. And the BI relies on those receipts when you go to renew. Mine was throwing mine away, which isn't good. It pissed the BI off when I told them about it. I think they eventually revoked that license. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, you got to keep all the receipts. The whole time you're here for every visa extension, you got to keep those. And they will ask for the last one every time you go in. So, yeah. That's it. That's the entrance and visa regulations here. From me, a non-lawyer, non-immigration specialist. It's just what I deal with when I come here, and I enter in through Clark up in Angeles. I actually highly recommend that or Cebu, because Manila it's not a horrible airport. It's just very, very, very busy, and it gets congested, and it takes a while sometimes to get through. When you go to Clark or Cebu, they are newer airports, and the process is a lot quicker. I haven't stayed in line at immigration for longer than 5 or 10 minutes. So it's not a bad gig up there. They do pretty well up there. I never entered in Cebu, but I've talked to people who have, and it's pretty much the same process because it's a newer airport. So hopefully everybody has a good day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.